What up, everybody? Hello, hello. It's been a long time, right? So we're just going to do some quick makeup here, just something quick, light, and soft. I've already arched my eyebrows, and I outlined it with a black eyeliner, and then just a little cheap black eyeliner. Then I went in with the brown, little cheap Beauty Supply eyeliner, lip liner, and just kind of filled them in. I have very sparse brows. So, here we go. No concealer on this one yet. So just flicking motions. Of course, you do know that they're never the same. So you try your best to get them that way. All right. Take your spoolie. Brush that color in so you don't have any harsh lines. Fill in those areas where there is no hair, actually. All right, next we're going to use some concealer. Just going to use our LA Pro Concealer. Oops. That's way too much. Don't do that like I just did. That's way too much. I think I want to define it a little bit more with the black underneath. Flat brush, by the way, with a little bit of that concealer. Sometimes I use an angle brush. There's no right or wrong, just whatever you prefer. This is a Morphe brush M173. Really nice blending concealer brush. One thing, when you draw on your brows with your pencil, or whether you use a gel or a powder, you don't have to worry about the lines not being so smooth, okay? Because your concealer, whatever brand you like to use, is like an eraser. And that's going to give you your definition into the shape of your brow that you desire. So, like so. So if you get a little of that concealer on the eyebrow hairs, just use your pencil or whatever you use. Like so. On to the next eye. Try not to have your brows raised while you're doing this. Basically, just relax your forehead muscle. Don't do this. Just relax your forehead muscle. Like that. And that, my friend, is how you start off a banging eye. That prep of the foundation of the eye makeup, it starts here. So I'm going to define this one a little bit more. And you're going to do the exact same thing, in a sense, on the top. All right. Now for that, I'm going to use yet a bigger brush. It's a little bit wider. The corners are shaped like that to a peak. You can see that. But it is a flat brush also. And I'm going to use the same concealer. That's where the definition comes. Remember, if you do not draw the initial shape that you want of your brows with your pencil or powder or gel, don't worry about it, because you're going to come back and refine it like so. Okay? Now for me, my eyebrows are always different because my face is a little more puffier on this side versus this side that's a lot flatter. This eye is always a little puffier. I wonder if it's because I sleep on this side. So it's really hard to define this brow sometimes because of the extra puffiness. But that's why your brows are not twins, they're sisters. All right, that's that definition right there. But I always like this brow better because of that piece right there. This side doesn't have that, so that's why it's always harder to do this side the exact same way. But nonetheless, it's quite all right. So you just work with them until you get them both shaped the best way that you can. So. And a lot of people think that I use a stencil or something. No. It's called freehand, baby. I love it. All right. We're going to leave that alone for now. Can you see that? And this is what takes me the longest to do my makeup, is my brows. Because I like precision. To each his own, but I like precision. As you see. All right. So of course this is a creamy concealer here. So of course we don't have any powder on it, so that is going to crease as you open and close your eyes. It's not totally dry just yet, so it's going to crease. So what I like to do is put a powder on top. It could be your eyeshadow, whatever you prefer to use. But I'm just going to go over it quickly with just a brush in my Sacha Buttercup. I'm just going to press that all over the eye. And then when I do my foundation of colors, it will adhere better versus sticking. Now, you can do your colors so that it will stick. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for. Because sometimes if you do want to do a color in this phase right here, it'll make that color pop. But it depends on what kind of look that you're going for, okay? So now, there's no chance for this concealer to crease anymore, right in the bend of the eye. Okay? Just a little tip for you. Like that. Okay? I'm gonna sit that aside now. Look at that, 14 minutes. But that's why it takes me so long. To each his own, however. If that's not what you do, that's certainly okay. So I'm using this here Morphe palette. Morphe. Okay? And this one, now one of my colors here is a little crumbly, but I refuse to discard it. So it's this palette here, and with me just going to be doing a neutral look. I'm not going to add a whole lot of color. I think this is just going to be a very neutral look with a popping color lip. How about that? So I'm going to use yet another blending brush. This one here, I don't know. Oh, this is a MAC. The numbers is rubbed off, of course. So this is one of my favorite blending brushes. What brushes do you all like to use, huh? Morphe have some really nice brushes. MAC got some nice brushes. So it just depends. And if you're on a budget, you can go to the Dollar Tree. I have a couple of Dollar Tree brushes here. They're all mixed up over here, so I can't pull out one really quickly here. But nonetheless, if you need something quick, Dollar Tree got some good brushes. I was going to show you a set of brushes that I gotten from BoxyCharm. Have you guys subscribed to BoxyCharm? This brush here is also a flat brush, and this is by Luxie, I believe. So check out BoxyCharm. You can get you a subscription for $21 a month of 5 full-size products. And when they send brushes, they send you maybe like 3 or a set of 4 brushes at a time with various other products. All right. So we're just going to go in with a soft light tan color and just press that into the eye here. Not all the way up to the brow bone. Depending on what you're doing, you can either tap it or just blend it. And you can do that with the back and forth motion like so, or you can also swirl it like so. Just depends on what it is that you do, what you're trying to do. Just a few options for you, okay? So circular motions. Remember, not all the way up to the brow bone, unless that's where you want that color to go. Or tap it. Circular or tap. Or you can even do the windshield wiper, as some of the ladies call it, to blend that over the top part of the eye. All right, and I think I want to go a little bit heavier with that same color. This is the color that's almost gone too. Like so. Same thing on the other eye. Now I like to start my eyeshadows on the outer corner of my eye first. That's where I like to lay my brush first. It's just whatever you prefer, okay? There's no right or wrong, as long as you have an idea in mind as to what colors you're going for, where they're going to lay, how you're going to blend them, okay? All of that makes a lot of difference, I think. But once you get into your own routine, you'll figure out what works best for you, all right? Once again, tapping that color into the eye, followed by when you tap it, you're spreading it, you're applying it, you're placing it, all right, when you tap it. However, when you swirl it, circular small motions, you're blending it, okay? So remember, when you're tapping, you're just adding it onto the surface. And it can be kind of blotchy, so that's why you'll go in and do your swirling motions or your back and forth windshield wiper like motion to blend that color. All right. So after that, now that is going to be, you can see that. That was that color there, where the hole is. I think I want to follow up with an orange right there. And I have this thing here from Vera Mona. Got this on Amazon, okay? And this is called the Color Swatch Duo. Vera Mona. And what it is you use this and you use the same brush, if you want to use the same brush rather, to get that color off that you previously used, like so. And you can use the same brush, okay? Now this little circular part here, that's if you want to do a wet. It has a little spongy in there also. So if you want to do something wet, you'd wet that center portion. But I want to use this very same brush, so I'm going to wipe off that color in this excess and then use the same brush in the same motion, okay? So once again, this is going to be just a very neutral eye, not a lot of color definition. Same thing, pressing it into the eye first. And I really could stop with these two colors if I wanted to, but for some reason I'm feeling a brown in this color mix, okay? Once again, it's whatever floats your boat. So as you see, I tap the color in first, do my small circular motions next. Everybody does it different. So whatever you do is what you do, as long as you get to the ultimate goal of having the color or the colors blended and placed where you want them. Now, if you want a little bit of a smoky eye, if you want a smoky eye, most of that color will be defined on the outer portion of your eye, and it's not so defined on the inner portion. So the color will be from light to dark, no matter what color you use. A lot of people think that because they have a black, that's a smoky eye with the color black. That's not so. You can do a smoky eye with any color, for them, any dark pigmented color, let's just say that. Okay? So once again, small circular motions. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now it does take me over an hour to do my makeup, because as you don't see, but I'm standing in the bathroom. And so it just takes time. Now, if I was getting ready for work, it wouldn't take this long. I'd have been moved on by now. However, I am quarantining myself. Well, everybody's quarantined, really. And so I'm just taking my time. All right, so once again, we do the tapping and then the small circular motion to get that color blended. Remember, blended, okay? And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I do not, unfortunately, have a lot of followers, therefore I could not go live. But nonetheless, you can still subscribe and follow and share. I think I want to put a little more color on this side. All right, something nice, soft, and simple. And then we're going to go to my eyelid. And I'm not going to do a cut crease, or am I? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a cut crease today. I could, but I'm not feeling it. Could do a little glitter on the lid there with another color. So I'm done using this particular brush for now. Make sure you have different sizes, different size brushes. They're used for various different things. A quick tutorial. This here is the angle brush I was talking about earlier that I sometimes use for my brow. Especially use this when I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow. Love that stuff. And then of course you have your flat brushes. Those are good for patting and just placing, no blending. Okay. Various size blending fluffy brushes. Okay. This right here is a Veramona brush. Veramona. This is a small blending brush. This is good for small areas. If you're needing to do something in a small area, you don't want the color to go all over the eye, as in the bigger brush that I was just using. Okay. I think I will do a brown. And this right here is another Veramona brush. It's a two-ended sided brush, flat. And then it has the small side. Once again, Veramona. Let me make sure I don't have it upside down. Veramona. Check her out. She got some wonderful products, guys. So I said I was going to do just a neutral eye, but you know, sometimes when I am playing, I see different things that I initially had in mind to do. Let me just stick to the brown, like I said, because I kind of want to play with something else. So you're different, you know, for me, my looks come about according to how I feel. All right, so moving on. I'm going to use a darker brown, like so. All right, just over the eyelid. And once again, for more color, even though the colors are already rich, these colors are buildable, okay? And so the way I like to build is with the tapping motion. Make sure you get in that corner really good. So you're building color like so. Okay. Now what I want to do from here is use that small brush to blend that color in. You can see the transition, the brown and the orange. However, I want to blend it so the colors become one, so to speak. So I'm just going to take that small brush and blend that brown into the orange, like so. So you don't have that line of demarcation, unless that's what you want. Depends on what kind of look you're going for. You can have that line. But for this particular look here, I don't want a line. So I kind of want those colors to blend and mesh together. So I'm taking that same brown up a little higher because I want it placed in a certain place, a certain area. So I'm using the smaller brush to blend that color up into the orange, which is actually a little bit more higher than the crease of my eye. So that's a good point right there. So I'm taking that color above the crease of my eye. I have a lot of space here, so there's a lot of playroom, if you will. But I'm not playing with various colors and things like that. So Got it? Good. Good, good, good. Okay, on to the other side. So if you missed something, here we go again. I'm just pressing and patting this color and building this color right at the bend of my eye, at the crease of my eye, which is at the top of my eyeball, so to speak. And I'm just pressing and tapping that color and building, okay? Now, of course, I can do this and blend it like so, but before I do that, I want to tap it on for placement purposes and building purposes, okay? And then once again, I'm going to take that same small brush and do the same thing with that brown a little bit higher than the top of my eyeball at the crease of the eye to make those colors run together versus having that line of demarcation, remember? And then we're going to blend small circular motions. Let me take off this light and see it a little bit better. These ring lights are wonderful. I want a big one though. All right. Okay. We're done with that. And I am going to do an eyeliner. And this is a Appeal. It's a gel liner. And it is called Forest Green by Appeal. This actually came in the BoxyCharm box. And this color is nice and rich. It's fire. I love it. Sorry guys, I need to sharpen her. I've used this a lot here lately. I've been into green for some reason. I don't know. But it's like a hunter green, okay? It's not like this green scarf. It's deeper. The color is a lot richer. And with it being a gel eyeliner, it goes on very smooth. So even though I'm not going with a lot of colors on my eye, this is where my pop of color is going to be for my face. I can either do a pop of color here and in with a lipstick, or you can do just a pop of color here on the eyeliner and then do a very neutral lip, whatever you prefer. This color, this brand, it goes on so smooth. I like to put it in the waterline, on the waterline, shall I say, first. All right, like so. And then bring it down a little. And also later, I'm going to smudge this eyeliner once I put my foundation on to give me more definition with the color here, okay? And I can either, it just depends, but I can just use this same pencil or even go with an eyeshadow with a similar color and smudge. So I'll show you that shortly. So that's that. Like I said, we're not going to do a whole lot of colors. We're just going to rock it like this. You know what I could do? I think I want a little glitter, a little shimmer. How about that? So here's yet another Veramona brush. It's a smaller flat brush. And I am wiping the excess color off so I can use this brush. I'm going to go in the same family, however, with a little shimmer. And I'll show you. I don't want to waste my little bit of that glitter powder that's cracked. But so that brown that I use on top of the eye is this one right here, and the color that I'm going to use on top of the eye is this top one right here. Forgive me because I don't know the name of it. So just to add a little shimmer. So right now my eyes are very matte, if you know what matte means. No shimmer, no glow, like a matte lipstick, you know. So the color is see, I just got another idea, but I'm not going for that look right now, so I'm not going to mention it. Okay, I'll just tell you. So let's say, for instance, remember I was talking about using the Pro Concealer wet, okay? It would make this eyeshadow pop if I were to place this directly onto the concealer, and it'll be like, whoa. But since I am placing it on top of yet a color, and the color underneath is already a dark color, it's not popping a lot, as much by any means. So with this, I'm just doing tapping motions once again to build a little of that color onto the eye. So we're going to pause right here. I'm going to do some finishing up on this eye, and then I'll be back. Thanks for watching.